The steam rose from the iron, a warm, comforting mist in the quiet morning air. It was a ritual she cherished, a moment of peace before the day began. The gentle hiss of the steam, the rhythmic motion of the iron, it all felt like a dance, a soothing ballet that calmed her restless mind. Each stroke smoothed out the wrinkles, much like she tried to smooth out the wrinkles in her heart. The fabric responded to her touch, yielding and softening, just as she hoped her emotions would. She found solace in the repetitive motion, a sense of control in a world that often felt chaotic. But some creases, she was learning, ran too deep to be easily erased. These were the stubborn marks of past hurts and disappointments, the scars that refused to fade. She pressed harder, willing the iron to work its magic, but some things, she realized, required more than just effort. They needed time, patience, and sometimes acceptance. Love, she mused, was a lot like ironing. It required care and attention, a delicate balance of heat and pressure. Too much of either, and you risked damaging the fabric. Too little, and the wrinkles remained. It was a constant dance, a give and take, much like the relationships she held dear. You approach it with the best intentions, hoping to smooth out any imperfections and create something beautiful. Each pass of the iron was a promise, a commitment to making things better. She thought of the times she had tried to mend broken bonds, to heal wounds with kind words and gentle gestures. But sometimes, despite your best efforts, you end up getting burned. The iron slips, the fabric scorches, and you're left with a mark that can't be undone. It was a painful reminder that not everything could be fixed, that some mistakes left permanent marks. Yet she knew it was all part of the journey, the learning, the growing. And so she continued to iron, smoothing out what she could and accepting what she couldn't.
She knew this feeling all too well, the bitter sting of unrequited love. It was a sensation that had become a constant companion, a shadow that followed her every move. Each raindrop on the windowpane mirrored the tears she had shed, each letter a relic of a love that never was. It was a familiar ache in her chest, a dull throbbing that intensified whenever his name flashed across her phone screen. The anticipation, the hope that maybe this time it would be different, only to be met with the same crushing disappointment. Her heart would race, her breath would catch, and then the inevitable letdown. Or didn't. Because it was always her reaching out first, always her the one pouring her heart into the digital void, hoping for a response that never came. She would craft messages with care, each word a piece of her soul, sent into the ether with trembling fingers. And then she would wait, staring at the screen, her heart in her throat, hoping for even a drop of reciprocation. But the silence was deafening, a void that echoed with her unspoken words. The quiet of the room around her seemed to amplify the emptiness she felt inside, each second stretching into an eternity as she waited for a reply that never came. A harsh reminder that sometimes, the people you crave the most are incapable of giving you what you need. She would look at the closed door, a symbol of the barriers between them, and wonder why she wasn't enough. Why her love, so freely given, was met with indifference. It was a lesson she had learned the hard way, that love cannot be forced, and sometimes the best thing you can do is let go. To stay afloat in this sea of unrequited feelings, she had become adept at conjuring up memories of past heartbreaks. Each ghost of a relationship past served as a stark reminder that she had survived before, that this too shall pass. She would mentally replay their flaws, their indifference, the way they had hurt her. It was a defense mechanism, a way of shielding herself from the full force of her current heartache. But even the strongest defenses crumble over time. Her heart, once an endless wellspring of affection, was starting to feel weary. Weary of pouring itself into vessels that couldn't hold its depth. Weary of investing in connections that left her feeling emptier than before. She craved reciprocity, a love that met her halfway, a love that wouldn't leave her feeling like a burden. Section 5. The agony of anticipation. Her phone buzzed and her heart leapt into her throat. Was it him? A text? A missed call? Any sign that he was thinking of her? But it was just another notification, another reminder of her own desperate hope. The cycle was exhausting. The constant checking, the anticipation, the inevitable crash of disappointment. Section 6. When reality bites. She was a romantic at heart, a dreamer who believed in the transformative power of love. But reality had a cruel way of shattering her illusions. She yearned for grand gestures, for passionate declarations, for a love that consumed her entirely. But more often than not, she found herself settling for lukewarm affection, for half-hearted attempts, for the bitter aftertaste of unmet expectations. Section 7. Vulnerability's double-edged sword. Vulnerability was both her strength and her Achilles heel. It allowed her to love deeply, to connect with others on a soul level. But it also left her exposed, susceptible to the sting of rejection, the pain of unrequited love. She carried the scars of past heartbreaks like badges of honor, a testament to her capacity to feel, to hurt, to love again. Some nights the weight of my unshed tears felt unbearable. It was as if I carried the burdens of 1,000 broken hearts, each shattered dream adding to the heaviness in my chest. I would lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering why love had to be so complicated, why it couldn't be as simple and effortless as I imagined it to be. "I'm fine," she would say, forcing a smile. "It's not a big deal." But behind the facade of strength, her heart ached with a dull, persistent pain. She had become adept at masking her true feelings, at pretending that the pain didn't run as deep as it did. But in the quiet moments when the world faded away, she allowed herself to grieve the love she craved but couldn't seem to find. Heartbreak had become a recurring theme in her life, a cycle she couldn't seem to escape. But with each heartbreak came a newfound resilience, a quiet determination to rise from the ashes, stronger and wiser than before. She refused to let the bitterness consume her, clinging to the belief that one day she would find a love that wouldn't break her. She craved connection, a love that felt like coming home after a long journey, a love that was safe, secure and unwavering. She yearned for someone who saw her, truly saw her, with all her flaws and imperfections, and loved her anyway. Someone who wouldn't shy away from her intensity, her passion, her unwavering capacity to love. And so, she continued to navigate the complexities of love, her heart a compass guiding her towards the light. Each step she took was a testament to her resilience, a silent vow to herself that she would not be defeated by the shadows of her past. The horizon, bathed in the warm hues of the setting sun, seemed to whisper promises of new beginnings and endless possibilities. There would be more stumbles, more heartaches, more moments of doubt. Life, after all, was a series of trials and tribulations, each one a lesson in disguise. She knew that the path to healing was not a straight line but a winding road filled with unexpected turns and obstacles. Yet with each fall, she found the strength to rise again, her spirit unbroken, her resolve unwavering. But she knew deep down that she was worthy of love. In the quiet moments of reflection, she saw the beauty in her scars, the stories etched into her soul. She embraced her imperfections, understanding that they were a part of her journey, a testament to her courage and growth. With each passing day, her self-assurance grew, and she began to see herself through the lens of compassion and acceptance. And one day, she would find it. The love she sought was not just from another, but from within herself. She realized that true love began with self-love, and as she nurtured her own heart, she opened herself up to the possibility of finding a love that was genuine and enduring. The hopeful gaze she cast into the distance was a reflection of her inner transformation, a beacon of the love that awaited her. For now, she held on to gratitude. gratitude for the lessons learned, the tears shed, and the unwavering strength that had carried her through it all. Each experience, no matter how painful, had shaped her into the person she was becoming. She found solace in the knowledge that every storm she weathered had only made her stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate. Her heart, though bruised, was still capable of immense love and kindness. Thank you, dear reader, for witnessing her journey, for understanding the silent language of a heart that loved too deeply, too soon. Your empathy and support have been a source of comfort and strength. As you turn the pages of her story, may you find inspiration in her resilience and hope in her unwavering belief in the power of love. Her journey is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to heal, to grow, and to love again.